Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the one and only Coppertone News channel,
Don't want peace. I want problems always.
where we do give news from a Coppertone perspective to try and keep you ahead of all these events that just miraculously surprises you. Why does it surprise you? I don't know. But if you have been following my channel, thank you, appreciate it, and please, you know what I'm saying, just help people get prepared, bro. Because the last thing I need is to be turned into Rashad Jamal. I don't need that in my life. So you know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, you don't have to subscribe. You don't have to like the videos. Just try and understand that I'm trying to keep you all ahead of the events that are going on. Revelations 11 and 19.
Well, folks, it's about that time.
Then God's temple in heaven was opened, and the Ark of the Covenant was seen within the temple. And there were flashes of lightning, rumbling, peals of thunder, an earthquake, and heavy hail.
So I was right in the line of totality. So right after the eclipse happened, a big storm came through. I don't know. To me, this eclipse, it just felt very cleansing. It felt very, very cleansing, and I feel renewed and I feel refreshed. I don't know about y'all, but I feel good.
I just literally picked one at random and it explained everything that I just told you about those solar flares. Because it says right here in Revelations, this is how the solar flares are. Then God's temple in heaven opened up. That's the sun. Remember how they said there was a hole in the sun? Remember how they kept on going on and, oh, there's a hole in the sun. What are we going to do?
A hole the size of 60 Earths has opened up on the sun.
Brother, listen. I was born in 1997. I had almost lost my life at least a couple times before I even turned 5. I've been alive for 26 years. Out of that 26 years, 25 of them were terrible. Okay, it was not a good time. Wasn't enjoying it. Last year, pretty decent. I've witnessed multiple once-in-a-lifetime events. I've only lived once. I think what I'm trying to get at here is I don't care, okay? I really don't. Yeah. If you got something important to say, like groceries is affordable or the gas prices went down, then you let me know.
And then God's temple in heaven opened, and the Ark of the covenant, which is the solar flares that are coming. Because remember, you know how everybody said, oh, you'll go out there, stand in the sunlight to get you a fresh download. You are getting the word of the covenant straight from God in solar flares. And the Ark of the Covenant was seen within the temple, and there were flashes of lightning, rumbles, peals of thunder, and earthquake. They didn't say earthquakes. They said one earthquake. There will be one earthquake. That continental earthquake I told you about. There will be one earthquake. And heavy hail. And that's going to be the chemtrails that are going to be falling down. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. One more time. Revelations 11:19. Isn't that something? 11:19. Then God's temple in heaven was open, and the Ark of the Covenant was seen within the temple. And there were flashes of lightning, rumbling, and I've been feeling rumbling nonstop ever since the eclipse. But I guess it's strange. Peals of thunder, one earthquake, and heavy hail.
In one of those news stories that's probably best not to think about too deeply, a giant hole was discovered in the middle of the sun. Specifically, this hole is about 5 times larger than the size of Jupiter, and it was found to have opened up in the sun's atmosphere sometime last week. The result for us here on Earth was that powerful solar winds were shot off in our direction. Now, technically speaking, this was an example of what's known as a corona hole, which is when the sun's magnetic field opens up and high-speed solar winds are shot out into space, creating geomagnetic storms. And the danger is that if these storms hit our planet, They can result in satellites and radio communications getting knocked out, as well as actual blackouts, meaning that this can result in actual serious power outages. Although fortunately, at the moment, this particular giant hole has not done that just yet. And so let me ask you, is this something to truly worry about? Or is it perhaps just another psyop before the upcoming election? Leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more.
Hurrah, hallelujah. I said hurrah, hallelujah. So there it is right there. I just picked that at random. Bro, I have so much in my head right now. I barely even remember Revelations, and yet I still speak Revelations. For example, when I told you that Free Palestine was going to become the new battle cry of America, I told you that a whole 2 months before Palestine got attacked. When I told you that Iran and Iraq was going to join the war and start to fight against Israel, I told y'all that 5 months in advance. People, please. I do love the sound of my own voice. But at the same time, people, if you would just take your head out of your ass and stop feeling some type of way and all your insecurities and actually listen, you will be ahead of everything too. And with that being said, let's get started. Today we're going to be running all 3 videos at one time. I'm going to edit them later. So right now we're going to start off with the next phase. Phase 4 of the World War III that's going on right now. Phase 4 is very cut, dry, and simple. It's very cut, dry, and simple. Phase 4 is going to be nothing more than the home invasion of America. Because I know all of you remember a long, long time ago when I first started this channel, I told you that all those immigrants that are coming over that border are UN soldiers.
I keep telling y'all it's
Oh,
flat.
nothing. Just casually, marching around Washington, D.C. at night. A bunch of soldiers.
Is
Just
that all
normal
the
shit.
migrants? All the migrants that they got? Training them at night?
Now what is... That's literally all that shit is. Y'all can stop with the bullshit talking about a solar eclipse is going to wipe this shit out. It's not. The most it's going to do is block the goddamn sun. Miss us with the bullshit. Like I said, they can carry arms now. No background needed. ICE doesn't even the mother know. And then here's the crazy part. Y'all remember when I said, when old boy came out and said, and I quote, y'all are stupid to not know who I am and y'all will soon know who I am. So what America did was give, and I was being nice. I was being nice saying that there were 500,000 of them that think just like him. Come to find out the actual number is 2 million, baby. So there are 2 million of these motherfuckers and they called gotaways. They're called gotaways for a fucking reason. Now these motherfuckers can take up arms now. And I'm pretty sure y'all didn't hear about the alerts about how there is an alarming rate of nationals, not from this country, taking target practice, honey. Oh, but y'all want to blame that bullshit on the solar eclipse? Bitch, girl, bye.
Tell you this is accurate. The migrants have been interviewed and said they are UN soldiers. They are this is documented. There's proof. They are admitting verbally that they are UN soldiers. They're showing the cards that they are being paid by. That their weaponry has been found. The only reason I continue to press this issue, The only reason I continue to press this issue is for one reason. I feel like if we do not come together as a people, we lost already. The only way we stand a chance is if we come together as a people and defend this nation, defend each other. That's the only way we remotely have the possibility of standing a chance at this thing. That's why I keep talking. But thank you. Thank you.
I cannot stress this enough. All those immigrants coming over that border are UN soldiers. So, believe you me when I tell you to go back and look at that video and understand that, first of all, to everybody in the north, in the northern mountains, Philadelphia, Detroit, New York, Chicago, Virginia, basically to everybody that's in the real Israel, because that is the entire region of Israel. The real Israel is close to Canada or Canaan land. You get where I'm going with this. Everything is close to Canaan land, also known as Canada. Now, the real Israel is somewhere within that region. That's why I try to put that energy out there. So I'm going to try to put it out again. The temple and that fake Israel over there in Palestine, that's not where they're going to sacrifice. That's not where they're going to spill the blood of that red calf. It's going to be right here in America. Why is it going to be right here in America? Because this is the real Eden. This is the real Israel. This is the real land. So, believe you me, ladies and gentlemen, believe you me, when I am trying to tell you, quite simply, I am just trying to inform you. Pay attention. Please. They are building a new temple somewhere here in our land. And it's either going to be in Philadelphia, brotherly love, Michigan. And Michigan was once called the Mason State. You can look that up. New York or Virginia. One of those four places has a new synagogue opening. And they're doing everything they can to cover it up. Now then, with that being said, stop looking over there. Stop looking over there. That doesn't matter. That everything's going according to plan, and my plan is working beautifully. And now I'm trying to tell you the next phase of my plan. And the next phase of my plan is home invasion, which I've already I'm gonna do like Sway be doing. I'm gonna just take my old videos and I'm gonna just repost it, because we've already gone through this. Matter of fact, I might actually just cheat and just repost my old video, because you have to understand, bro, like, how can I say this? Some people are going to be deported, and it's not going to be us. It's going to be a certain type of people. Now, here's where we are going to argue. Here's where me and my teammates are arguing about my plan. Now, my teammate, he wants to allow Joe Biden back in office and then cause Joe Biden to have a heart attack and cause Kamala Harris to be in office and then assassinate Kamala Harris and then turn around and put Barack Obama in office. Because everything is recessive when it comes to a presidency. And since Barack Obama is still young enough to be a president, he has to be a president. My plan, my beautiful plan, is put Donald Trump in office, let him serve 2 years, and then assassinate him while he's in office, and then bring back Joe Biden. That's my plan. Now, what's going to happen when Donald Trump gets in office? When Donald Trump gets back in office, we're going to allow him to fix the economy. But in return for looking like the hero, he's going to give me what I want for my people. He's going to secretly start signing orders to start returning land. That's what he was doing the last time he was in office. That's why they was trying to press so hard. That's why they keep on trying to raid his offices. Because, see, Donald Trump has a good 40% of the loyal titles with tribal names on them that he is planning to give back to the closest descendants of those loyal titles. And I know what y'all thinking. Buddha's going crazy again. But y'all told me that same thing 7 months ago. And y'all haven't proved me wrong yet. Every time y'all turn on the news, boy, it gets louder and louder. All right. So Donald Trump has 40% of the loyal titles that belongs to the tribal people. In exchange for him looking like the hero, he's going to secretly sign over jurisdiction back to the Aboriginal people. That is the plan. And I know what you're thinking. Well, if that's the plan and everything's to help the people who look like you, everything's to help those people, why in the world would you kill him 2 years in? Why? Because when he gives back the land, I'm talking about, we just need a good 70% of the land returned back to us. So when 70% of the loyal titles are returned back to us, we will have majority control over the land. Once we have majority control over the land, there's no more need for the U.S. government, because the U.S. government is a corporation and a falsality to begin with. So there's no more need for a fake president. We're going to kill Donald Trump 2 years in office. And then we're going to allow Joe Biden to come back. Why are we going to do that? Because we need absolute chaos for 2 more years after we kill Donald Trump. I don't know if I can even find that picture. There was a picture that we floated around the internet, and it was Donald Trump with his brains blown out. And it was like a meme. And it says Donald Trump's presidency interrupted or something like that. Now then, we did that to let y'all know what's going to happen. Yes, that's why we did it. Now, in the midst of Donald Trump getting back in office, all of you people are going to have those 2 years to prepare yourself one last time. With that being said, everybody who's in Missouri, everybody who's in Connecticut, everybody who's in Arkansas, and everybody just around the Midwest region, especially Missouri, you need to, if you look like me, if you don't, y'all can stay right there in Missouri. I want y'all to stay right there in Missouri. But if you look like me, it's time for you to come out the mountains. It is completely time for you to just come out of the mountains and just, people, I've already tried to warn y'all about the North and about the West. We need you to come out of the mountains, because we are planning to uncover the pyramids that are in those regions, because those aren't real mountains. Those are pyramids. And now that the solar flares are starting to kick back up, and that the what are those things called? The drones that be spraying chemtrails. Now that the chemtrails are being iodoxinized or ionized, whatever it's called, when the ions in the atmosphere rust, become heavy, and fall to the ground, it's going to look like red snow. That's what it's going to look like. It's going to look like red snow. It's just falling from the sky. It almost is going to look like it's just snow and blood. That's just all the chemtrails that they put in the atmosphere on a daily and nightly basis. And the solar flares just keep frying them and frying them and frying them and frying them and frying them. Pretty soon, and I do mean very soon, you're going to hear about drones dropping out of the sky. Planes are going to start dropping out of the sky because the solar flares are going to get more and more intense. More and more intense. And the whole problem with trying to get people prepared, it's the same reason why I never want to become a preacher. It's the same reason why I will never accept the whole title of a prophet. Even though everything I say is some prophetic things. Like I said, go look at my Revelation videos. All my Revelation videos are well in advance to help you people. I don't know. I don't know why me, of all people, when God knows, I hate people following me. Because the first thing, can you show us where God is? There. Start walking. Leave me alone. That's exactly how I am. That's exactly how every real prophet is. Because if you are a real prophet, you have to go through real bullshit. And it sucks. So I never really claimed the title prophet, nor will I ever be a preacher. For the simple fact of, y'all motherfuckers are ignorant as fuck. And all of you want a show and tell show. But here you are being given a chance to be prepared. Yeah, God spares a fool, but he doesn't do it constantly. Because when he tells you something, and it happens, and then you go to him and you say, God, why didn't you prepare me for this? Well, you remember that guy that you didn't want to listen to because he wasn't talking in the church? Or he was cussing? Yeah, remember that guy? Well, that was your warning. So here's another warning. Here is another warning. And the warning is, we are going to begin the home invasions. So all of these European countries, Spain, France, just all of Europe, home invasion because of all the Muslims that are there. I want to say Germany. Now, Germany has already come to us and they've requested to sign a peace treaty with us before everything falls out. Believe it if you want. Doubt it if you want. I really don't care. Germany has come to us and has asked us if they are allowed to sign a peace treaty. And we told them we will consider it. Germany is going to start doing the same thing that Belgium is starting to do. And that is return the gold and the artifacts back to its rightful people. And it's not finna go where you think it's finna go. We have plenty of people left in this world. What if I told you that 30% of the children that are kidnapped and trafficked, what if I told you they are literally putting them in Africa and South America? They are literally rotating us all over the place. They are rotating us. Now, in the meantime, America, yes, America, be prepared for a major home invasion. Because like I've already told you, we are putting a majority of these immigrants, these UN soldiers, because the UN signed the contract, we are putting a majority of them in quote unquote black neighborhoods. And when the home invasion starts, I need you folks to do what you always done, and that's mind your damn business. Do not get out here and try to be Captain Sabercracker, because I have given the UN full permission that if any one of my people tries to hinder you from carrying out this mission, kill them. And it's just that simple. Because I will not have house niggas make it to the next generation. I will not have boulets make it to the next generation. If any one of my people goes out there trying to be Captain Sabercracker, I guarantee you, I heavily guarantee you, I have given the UN soldiers full permission to kill your ass. Because how dare you try to sit here and stand in front of a cracker when you are faced with a semi-automatic weapon, but you won't do it for your own people. You won't do it for your own children. You won't do it for your own parents, your own brother. So therefore, your mentality is too far gone to be saved. And I have given the UN permission to kill you. So for all intents and purposes, and I do mean this for all intents and purposes, stay your black ass inside like you've always been doing. Don't you go out here trying to save these crackers. Like I said, it's only going to last 48 hours. If there are any crackers that last 48 hours of this purge, this is the reason for the purge laws. If there is anyone out there that survives the 48 hours of purging, you are going to be deported. We are going to deport you somewhere. Because once we drop you off in Europe, and then it comes out that Europe rightfully belongs to the Mauritanians and the Moroccans and the Carthaginians and the Mauritanians. Once that truth comes out and Africa finds out that they rightfully own Europe, Africa's going to tell you to get your shit and get the fuck out of Europe. If they even want Europe for real, because Europe was literally the very last place on earth to be developed was Europe. Because you have to understand, I need to find a map that I can properly explain this on. The world is curved. The world is curved, all right? Think of this as the land of Poseidon. If this is really Atlantis, then the land is the Trident. The Trident has 3 points. One point is South America. The other point is South Asia, and the other point is South Africa. Those are the three. Those are the Tridents. You feel me? Those are the Tridents. So America, Asia, Africa. Those are the Tridents. I try to tell y'all beforehand, that if you're a part of the G's, the B's, the C's, the LKs, yes, I do mean the LKs, you are a tribal Freemason. You are a tribal Freemason. You cannot help. You can walk into I guarantee you, I'll take somebody from the folk nation right now and walk them into a damn Masonic lodge, and I'll tell them, represent your set. I guarantee you, every last real Master Mason will look at him and recognize 90% of the symbols you throw up, because you are a tribal Mason, because Freemasonry is our culture. It's just that simple. And you can't deny that Freemasonry is our culture, because even Tookie Williams was a Freemason. Isn't that something? Every original gang started with Freemasonry. Hell, the Crips originally started in Haiti. Y'all people didn't even know that, did you? The original Crips come from Haiti. But they didn't call themselves Crips. They called themselves Caribs. The Caribs. You feel me? The original Blood started in Jamaica. Why do I know that? Because the head of a Jamaican tribe is called Damu. Yeah. You feel me? I'm not going to sit here and try to prove myself right. You people have to prove me wrong. You have to prove me wrong. You have to. And you can go back as much as you want in my videos, and you won't. You won't find anything I say that's a lie or that's wrong. So believe me when I tell you that we're going to kill Donald Trump in office. You better hope and pray that we kill Donald Trump in office, because if Joe Biden gets back in office and my team, my partner, if her plan works and she gets Biden back in office and kills him in office, y'all not going to like how it's going to go. Because you see, if Biden gets back in office, he's going to try to pull Executive Order 38-99A. I don't know how the fuck I knew what the fucking executive order was. 38-99A. That's the executive order to call for the UN to attack their own citizens because of a civil rebellion. How can you fake a civil rebellion? And either way it goes, the UN is still going to fulfill their contract by killing as many crackers as they can. Yes, they are. So, hope and pray. And I do mean hope and pray that Biden doesn't get back in office. Hope and pray that Trump gets back in office. And please do not be a dumbass. I've told you this once and I'll say it again. Do not pray to the God of fortune. Especially after she just got married. Oh yes, congratulations to Moloch and Beelzebub again on your marriage. But do not pray to Moloch. She's on vacation. She's on her honeymoon. And the person that's in charge right now is her twin sister, Mammon. Do not pray for fortune. Pray for peace, prosperity, and wisdom to maintain. Everything else will come shortly. But do not sit here and pray for money. You pray for peace, prosperity, and the wisdom to maintain. Because if Mammon hears you pray for fortune, she will personally come to you and let you watch as she scratches your name off And once she scratches your name off, you're going to regret that shit. You are deeply, deeply going to regret it. Because my mom is under a lot of stress in a minute. Because she didn't realize that she still had to maintain her kingdom as well as her sister's kingdom. But it's only going to be until May 10th. Once May 10th hits, Moloch shall return. And when Moloch returns, she's coming with her husband. Yes. So I think that's what we're going to do, because that's mainly what this video was going to be about. It was going to be about how we are going, phase 4 is the home invasion. Now, the signal for phase 4 is a continental earthquake. I'm going to say it again. The signal for the home invasion is a continental earthquake, which means that from the East Coast to the West Coast, we're all going to feel the same earthquake. We're all going to feel it. And when we do feel it, that's going to be the signal for them. Before Biden leaves office, he's going to sign the order to activate the second round of disease. If you know, you know. He's going to enact the second round of disease. Now, you do not need to go to the doctor for this disease. All you need is cold water, warm water and baking soda. Drink baking soda for 2 weeks straight. Just a tablespoon of baking soda and a cup of water. Just drink that straight. Just baking soda, water. Every day, twice a day for 2 weeks straight. What's going to happen is that baking soda is going to surge through your veins. You're not just going to piss that out. That baking soda is literally going to surge through your veins. You're going to feel it. And what this baking soda is going to do is going to collect every nanobite in your body. And you're either going to piss them out or you're going to shit them out. You can eat. I would rather you didn't eat, because it'll make the process easier, because if you do eat, the baking soda will just focus on that food. But if you do eat, try to eat fruits and vegetables. Try to eat food that contains water. Because if it contains water, all it's going to do is help the baking soda spread quicker. And that's what you want. Because when these solar flares start burning through all these chemtrails in the sky, and I promise you it's going to happen sooner than you think. When those solar flares start burning through the chemtrails in the sky, it has to burn through you. It has to burn through you. And what I mean by burn through you, see, my people, we're going to be fine. Now, the majority of us that smoke cigarettes real heavy, eat meat real heavy, always going to fast food and always going to the corner store, you act like you never went in your kitchen a day in your life. You guys are going to feel it the worst. Okay, you guys are going to feel it the worst. You guys are going to feel like you're detoxing from crack. That's how you're going to feel. That's as worse as it's going to get for my people. For all the pale faces, all the white people, you people are going to start dropping dead all over the place. Because you don't have that black dot in your head like we do. Yeah. You don't have that black dot in your head like we do. Because you see, your pineal gland, the eye of Horus, you don't have the pupil. Yeah, you have a temple like I have a temple, but there's nothing there. It's empty. See, my people, we have what's known as a black dot that's in our head. And that black dot is literally a black sun that's in our head. That's why it was so important for us to be outside during the solar flare. It didn't matter if you meditated or not. You're activated. I've told y'all time and time again, when it comes down to just simply being one of us, has a very significant advantage to this life of what's about to happen. First of all, remember the book of Eli. And I know I probably said this before. In the book of Eli, you remember how there was just ashes falling in the snow. And they were trying to make it seem like it was a nuclear war. And it wasn't. See, those ashes that were falling, that was the chemtrails that the solar flares were knocking out. And remember, I told you it's going to look like blood is going to be just falling out of the sky. Because all those chemtrails are going to start turning red. You're going to start seeing flashes of red. Right before it starts turning dark, you're going to see more and more flashes of red. And people are going to sit here and say, they're either going to say that it's a bug or a bird or some type of phenomenon. I'm sitting here and I'm telling you right now, it is the chemtrails being fried by the solar flares. And the more they put chemtrails in that sky, the worse the solar flares are going to get, which is why I say white people are going to start dropping dead. Because you see, if they continuously hold back those solar flares, they won't give white people the chance to adjust to the solar flares that's coming. So all you white people who really could survive the solar flares, because like 30% of you can survive the solar flare, 15% of you can survive the solar flares that are coming, and you will live. But because the twisted powers that rule over you constantly put chemtrails in the air and in the sky, and they won't allow white people's skin to gradually integrate into the solar flares. Yes, it'll feel like a sunburn. It'll feel like a sunburn. But as long as you are gradually getting used to the solar flares, 15% of your population worldwide will make it. You'll live. But because they are constantly putting chemtrails in the air, and that solar flares that are coming are just beating upon the chemtrails. What it's doing, it is stopping the full totality of the solar flares from hitting white people. Are you trying to see? So when that, because in about 3 months, we're about to get a real solar flare, and it's going to be a big one. And when I say it's going to be a big one, I mean it's going to be a solar flare that we can feel. It's going to be that type of solar flare that's going to make your whole body just warm and just awaken. You understand? You're going to start understanding why the summertime is so hot. Because during the summertime, that's when the solar flares hit. So if you've ever lived in the South and you've gone through the summertime, you know how the solar flare is going to feel. Imagine it being 120 degrees in Florida. Imagine it being 110 degrees in Alabama. Imagine it being 105 degrees in Georgia. We, my people, like I said, the worst that we are going to go through, it doesn't matter about your spirituality, that's all bullshit anyway. when we get hit with those solar flares, we are going to start detoxing. And like I said, for everybody who eats a whole lot of processed foods, the worst that you're going to get is you're going to feel like you're detoxing from crack. And if you've ever seen someone detox from crack, because I have, you know what I'm saying? I've been locked up before. So when you in jail, you are around a variety of people. And it just so happened they dropped off some cracker that was had got arrested for trying to steal so he could go trade it for some crack. And they threw him in there with us instead of taking him to the medical ward like they were supposed to. So for 2 weeks straight, me and everyone else, we had to sit here and watch this white dude detox from crack. And one thing people don't talk about is the smell of it. The smell of detoxing from crack is horrendous. It is horrible. It is a disgusting smell. He couldn't stop sweating. It was almost as if his skin was falling off. He couldn't move most days. He was constantly throwing up. For the first 3 to 4 days, he was detoxing off that crack. Every 15, 20 minutes, he was just throwing up. He wouldn't eat. He wouldn't drink. All he could do was just throw it. We had to actually sit him down and force him to drink something. We had to fucking beg and plead with our CO. Can you please bring a bottle of water, of real water? Because they give you, we don't know what they be having us drinking in the county. But can you please bring us a bottle of real water so we can give it to this dude? And he would just pass out of nowhere. He'd be having a whole conversation and he'll just pass out. But then he'll be up all night. And he was on it. Like, he was losing his mind. He was like, once he finally got the ability, like once the crack left from his veins and he finally had the ability to move and to talk, he was losing his mind. He was losing his mind because what he wanted was missing from his body. And now that he was getting clean, his mind, because don't believe that bullshit they tell you about, drinking kills your brain cells. Doing this kills your brain cells. You don't want to kill your brain cells. That's bullshit. Because what they're trying to say is that the brain is a separate organ from the body. Because if that's the case, if you cut yourself, then you shouldn't be able to heal. Because that's a regenerative state. If you have a sickness, you shouldn't be able to heal. Because that's a regenerative state. It makes no sense that the body can heal everything internally and externally. But when it comes to the brain and the brain cells that control the medulla oblongata, all of a sudden, those are the only cells in your body that doesn't regenerate. That's bullshit. What happens is your brain cells turn dormant. You basically put yourself into a deep psychosis sleep. That's all. So imagine these solar flares not only cleansing your mind, but also waking your dormant brain cells up. You will remember things that you will start to remember your past in such details that you'll be able to remember the color of the toy that you played with when you were 2 years old. You will have recollection of your life in such details. You'll be able to tell your mother what she fed you when you were still in her womb. That is what's coming. That is what everybody is afraid of. That is why everyone keeps on saying, when they remember what's going on, we're all going to die. Donald Trump said it. Putin said it. Xi Jinping said it. Everyone's saying the same thing and no one's paying attention because everyone wants to think that they're just old and crazy. But the truth is, when we remember everything, white people are going to die. Why? How can the solar flare help you remember something? Because it's reawakening the brain cells that you had forced dormant due to drinking, heavy narcotics, smoking cigarettes, eating drug meat. All these things have been putting your brain cells to sleep. And now that your brain cells are going to be awakened, you are going to be pissed off. You are going to be pissed off. And when you start to, because you won't be able to stop remembering, it's going to be like a long movie. It's going to be like a long 500-year movie that you're going to be able to have in one night. And I guarantee you, after you see this movie, after you see the real birth of a nation in your dreams, nothing's going to be able to stop you. Nothing's going to be able to stop you or convince you to not do what you're supposed to do. The only reason I am allowing the UN to come here is because I am sick and tired of you people arguing with these house niggas about what we're supposed to do with these crackers. So I brought in the UN. I signed that contract. I signed that contract for a peace treaty. Who all do you see here? You see the Russians. Everybody wants to focus on the Mexicans. Oh, it's the Mexicans that's coming over the border. Those aren't even Mexicans. The Mexicans are laughing at you because you think that the immigrants that are coming go. Mexico doesn't want to come over here anymore because Mexico, I've told you before. I've already told you before that Mexico signed a peace treaty with me back in 2012. Because when I told the world this plan, and when I say the world, I'm not talking about the European nations. I'm talking about the real world, our world, us. When I told the leaders about my plan, Mexico was the very first one to say, can we sign a peace treaty? So Mexico, Peru, South America, all of our nations signed this peace treaty so they wouldn't go down. Meanwhile, while everybody's talking about, oh, it's all Mexicans coming, it's not even Mexicans coming over here. It's people from Honduras. It's people from Peru. It's people from Argentina. Yes, it's people from Argentina. Do you know why people are leaving Argentina? Because we're going to blow Argentina to hell. We are literally going to blow Argentina to hell. Why are we going to blow Argentina to hell? Because Argentina is a Jew state. Yes. Wherever they are hiding, we will find them. Argentina is a Jew state. And nobody even knew about that. Hell, I didn't even remember that we were forced to give Argentina to the Jews until I had a memory flashback watching damn Indiana Jones. When Indiana Jones said those damn Nazis ran to Argentina, I had a memory flashback of a past life. Like, damn, that's right. We were forced to give them Argentina, weren't we? Yeah. The Nazis are in Argentina. Now then, let's so a lot of people are concerned. A lot of people have come to me with concerns about the about what we are planning to do with the food situation. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this. We are going to give you all 24 hours to steal from Walmart with impunity. I mean, it's not like Walmart can do anything to you anyway, because ever since Donald Trump initiated the tribal laws, for real, we're not supposed to pay for food. You're not supposed to pay anybody to trade on your land with you. No one. You can grow your own food. You can go hunt your own animals and so forth. But what we are going to do is we're going to give everybody 24 hours to rob all these grocery stores. And we're going to tell everyone that we're going house to house to find out who was stealing from Walmart. Ain't no motherfucking way to find that out. Ain't no way to lock up. You can't lock up thousands of people who steal food because they're hungry. That's not why they're going door to door. They are going to go door to door and take guns. They are not going to take guns from my people unless you are a boule. I'm gonna tell you like this: if those UN soldiers come and knock on your door and they ask you if you have a gun and they take your gun and you look like me, you need to leave the country because you have been identified as a boule. And once you are identified as a boule, I've told y'all before in my last videos, if you are a boule found in my land, you're a dead man. You are a dead man. Because Donald Trump didn't just take the laureate titles from the White House. He also did what I ordered him to do. He got me that list of boulets here in America and the boulets abroad. And I'm not talking about the boulets that y'all like to see on camera. I'm not talking about LeBron James. I'm not talking about Diddy. I'm not talking about any of those boulets. Those are low-level boulets anyway. Those boulets are at the bottom of the barrel because those boulets can be seen. I'm talking about these political boulets. I'm talking about these boulets that infiltrate social justice groups. I'm talking about the house niggas. The political house niggas. You understand? Donald Trump got that list and he delivered it to me. And I've already delivered it to the UN. So believe you me, if those damn soldiers come and knock on your door and they ask you, and they gonna look on, they for everybody else, they won't pull out a list. They will not pull out a list. But if they come to your house and they pull out a list and your name is marked in red, or you have a purple dot by your name, and they tell you to surrender your weapons, you've been identified as a boule, and you're a dead man. And we will not miss you at all. Because you're part of the problem. Everybody wants to sit here and talk about, oh, Diddy this, Diddy that. Please stay focused. Can we please stay focused on the masters of these slaves? Because Diddy's nothing but a slave. A house nigga is a house nigga, and a house nigga is still a slave. That's all. So stop being distracted by house niggas and start demanding that their masters who have been protecting them, their masters who have been paying off judges and lawyers and politicians and police officers and FBI agents and CIA agents, their masters Can we start knocking on their doors? Because you see what these crackers are trying to do right here in front of your face. What they're trying to do is they're trying to focus all your energy on Diddy and all the wrong he did. So the karma that they rightfully deserve transfers over to him. Can we not allow that this time? Now that this is a time for retribution and action, can we clearly sit here and say, crackers gotta die? The people who run Hollywood has to die. Because they've been allowing this for so long. We have been allowing this for so long because we are too willing to punish and judge ourselves. Because I'm just a reflection of you. If you look like me, I'm nothing but a reflection of you. The reason why you can't stand my voice is because you heard my voice before, long before I even said these words, and you can't help, you can't stand the truth being said out loud. But you're saying this. I promise you that you're saying this. Stop looking for someone who looks like you to take the fall for all this bullshit that's going on. Shout out to the Masonic Wars. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to punish yourself for losing the war during the invasion. And I know how you feel. Because we never lost before. We never lost before, and we did not know how it felt. And that actually carried on to generations. That feeling of not knowing how to handle a loss carried on to generations, so we continuously punished ourselves because we weren't supposed to lose. But it's okay. You can stop punishing yourself. You can stop blaming yourself. You can stop trying to put all this weight on yourself, because this is a new day and age. And in this new day and age, things are going back to the way they were before we were invaded by these monstrous chimeras. Phase 4. Phase 4 is a home invasion. That is what we are getting ready for. That's what we are ready for. Phase 4 is a home invasion. And since it is a home invasion, it's going to start right in your front door. And you're going to start hearing explosions and gunshots coming from white neighborhoods. You're going to hear nothing but gunshots and explosions coming from white neighborhoods. That is the UN soldiers sweeping their neighborhoods, killing who they need to kill. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep and mind your damn business, like you minded your business when they were killing your children in the damn streets. That has nothing to do with you. That has nothing to do with you at all, because they are here to do what you've been hypnotized not to do. And that's slaughter these crackers. And that's how it's supposed to be. Well, this has been the first video. It's going to be dropping sometime tonight or tomorrow. This has been Fat Man Buddha with another Revelations. But there you have it. This has been Fat Man Buddha. This has been Fat Man Buddha. The one and only Fat Man Buddha. And I am trying to keep you ahead of the times, because this is not the end. I can't stand when people say that this is the end. This is not the end. This can't be the end, because God never said it was the end. This is the transition. This is the unitance. This is not the end. This is the beginning of renewal. And how can you have a beginning of renewal when you still have the old trash around you? We are going to shake everything up. All these dams that's been blocking the flow of water, we're going to destroy every dam we can. 91,000 dams covering up 91,000 pyramids. All of those 91,000 pyramids have been activated. All of those pyramids have been activated. Where are you going to be when the flood happens again? Because that continental earthquake, lightning, rumbling, peals of thunder, and one earthquake, one, that's gonna, hey, you think you seeing something now? You think you seeing something now with all these dragons flying around here? Baby, believe you me, you ain't seen nothing yet. Because my plan is almost over. And now that my plan is almost over, it's God's time now. It's God's time now. And if you think that my plan is so murderous and destructive, baby, can't nobody clean house like God can clean house. This has been Fat Man Buddha. And yes, I will be dropping 3 videos this week because my employer has been pissed off at me about not doing, because last week I was supposed to drop a video and then I was supposed to be dropping videos every week. But, bruh, when I went to the whole wedding celebration of Moloch and Beelzebub, bruh, it's something about drinking rum in the spiritual world that just, it affects your body in this world. And I haven't been feeling like doing shit. I haven't even been feeling like having sex for real. And if you know me, for you know how much I love sex. And I haven't even been feeling like I haven't even been feeling like having sex for real. And it's just, it feels like I'm still there. You know what I'm saying? It feels like I'm still there in the spirit world. It's like I'm still, it's as if the wedding, it's as if the wedding didn't stop. Which is strange because Moloch and Beelzebub, they are gone on their honeymoon and they won't return until May. But it just feels like, the wedding didn't stop. So, this has been Fat Man Buddha. Oh yeah, once again, everybody in the Midwest, Missouri, Kentucky, Arkansas. But if you look like me, get your ass out the mountains. And I know what you're thinking. Well, why didn't you bring up Tennessee? Tenkai, Tenkai, don't even worry about it. What a lot of people don't know is that Tenkai, Memphis in particular, Memphis, the entire state of Tennessee, they are actually built on top of a pyramid. So you will be structurally sound. You're fine. Everybody else in Missouri, this has been Fat Man Buddha. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for trying to understand where I'm getting at. And most importantly, people, thank you for being here with me. And please be prepared and always just be at peace.
So their system is not stopping. And then finally, I want to say that we need one idea. and we're not thinking about a solution to the problem. We're dealing with all these other things, but these are diversions from the solution to the problem. And we have to start to think about a solution to the problem so that these young brothers and sisters who are here now, who are 15, 16, and 17, are not here 25 years later talking about these same problems. Now, how do I know that the white people know that we are going to come up with a solution to the problem? I know it because they have retina scans, they have what they call racial profiling, DNA banks, and they're monitoring our people to try to prevent the one person from coming up with the one idea. And the one idea is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem. Now, I don't care whether you clap or not, but I'm saying to you that we need to solve this problem because they are going to kill us. And I will leave on that. So we have to just set up our own system and stop playing and get very serious and not be diverted.
So not only do you have to free the land and help to liberate the rest of the planet Earth for political power again, you'll have to do it so that all humanity can once again get back on its proper course. And we can live life as it's supposed to be lived. Become more godlike. The object of this knowledge is to be a reflection of yourself in the mirror of history. And when you look in that mirror, you will see God, because each one of us are in the image of the Creator, the Ancient of Days, with the lamb woolly hair and the color of amber. And as Jeremiah said, he looked like the pitch of oven. Each one of us are a reflection. So when we look in the mirror, we see God. God shining forth from us. And if you truly believe in the Creator, then you know that you cannot accept a life other than the highest and the best that you can get out of it.